Boy, just be yourself. If people don't like you if you're being yourself, fuck them.
It's Big Los,
Hollywood Kev,
and welcome to another episode of the Noize. It's a couple days late, we could say.
Yeah.
A couple days late. But anyway, if you haven't yet, go ahead and follow us on the big three, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at The Noize Podcast. And of course, follow everything Beat Network at beatnetworkonline.com. Obviously, we sound a lot clearer. Our introduction of our names is a lot more on time because there's no lag.
No delay.
It's because we are back on our instruments. We are back on our studio equipment. However, we're not back in the studio yet. We are still at the crib. You know, we
like the old days.
Like the old days, you know what I'm saying? The one mic days, except for niggas. It's not going back to the one
right,
mic.
It ain't one mic, but yeah.
But yeah, man, I already said I'm gonna give it about a month or two to see what it looked like outside before I start engaging in outside.
Yeah, same with me.
You know, while I'm still not working, I'm like, I'm gonna let y'all do that.
Yeah,
and of course, numbers have gone up.
Of course they have.
So that's an interesting thing. But you guys will be proud of us. We are 6 feet away from each other. I think we're actually 6 feet exactly.
Could be.
Yeah, we could definitely be there. At least this is what 7-Eleven says with the standing line bubbles.
Yeah, those stickers they put on the floor.
How has your quarantine time been going, sir?
It's been interesting. Of course, finding out when you by yourself, you know what I mean, and you can't do nothing. You find out about yourself. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So it's been interesting. Watching stuff that I normally wouldn't watch, but I ain't got nothing to do.
Because now you're interested in certain shit. Like, you know what? Let me see what this is hitting for.
One thing though, my little sister actually said to me, and it's so simple, but it hit hard. With my mom and with my aunt, you know what I mean? I kind of not necessarily be somebody different, but kind of go with their expectations. Like they expect me to act a certain way just as kids. And it's tiring. You know what I mean? It's tiring. And, last night when I was talking to my sister, she let me know, she was like, hey, it's not your responsibility to portray how they see you portray or see how you are. And, again, it was very simple, but it hit hard.
It got across.
I mean? It got across. So, just been in this quarantine, man, finding out more about myself. More about myself and rolling with it, I guess.
That's all I keep telling people, man. Utilize this time, man.
Yeah.
Learn about yourself, as you put it. Really find out what your ticks are. It's crazy how amped motherfuckers was to just get back out there. Everybody throwing pool parties and all this other shit. But then all of a sudden, new fucking cases.
And it's going to be that way. Like, I truly believe this is going to hit like a little second wave. And it's
going to hit a second wave and just rock from there. I've been doing the same with this quarantine. Like I said, I've just been working. I had to drop
You've been quiet.
I've been quiet, but I've also been working. I had to drop a quick flex on Facebook, like, you know, don't let Jagged Edge's Wi-Fi distract you from the fact that Beat Network has dropped live content every Friday for the month of May.
Yeah.
We out here working. We
solid content.
We got one more this month, this Friday, which would be the 29th, I believe.
Yeah.
29th, 2-minute drill live. It will be on Facebook and YouTube again. This time with no echo. That's the best part about it. That is the absolute best part about it. So people will be able to watch and enjoy. We figured out, you know, how we kind of bypass that issue with the streaming platform. So the shit's gonna be lit.
Yeah.
Shit's definitely gonna be lit. We already announced our new contenders for 2-minute drill champions. So we're gonna see how it goes. So I've just been working on that. I've been trying to get the 20 for 20s together, which I guess we got to get into. But, yeah, man, I've just been trying to just keep my head above water and just keep working.
Yeah.
Right? And again, I haven't hit that cabin fever place yet.
I think you probably won't, and you haven't because you have been busy working. You know what I mean? Like a lot of the stuff I'm doing is I write or a lot of it takes thinking. A lot of stuff that I'm doing takes just sitting down and thinking or figuring out. And you get into a mode, you're like, man, let me out this motherfucker. You know what I mean? So
yeah, Just haven't gotten there yet. And what's going to piss me off more is that I'm going to be exactly where everybody else was before they did the soft open. Once we actually fully, I'm going to be, I'm going to go home.
Right.
I'm introvert than a motherfucker. But anyway, so this episode is going to go downhill, unfortunately, pretty quick. But I do want to at least touch on some of the more up stuff first.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So we do want to get into announcements first. As I mentioned, Friday, May 29th, we are doing 2-Minute Drill live. That's going to be available on Facebook, facebook.com/BeatNetwork1, and YouTube, youtube.com/BeatNetwork. We will put out the little live video that y'all can save and set the alarm for and everything. It's going to be a great time. We got 4 solid competitors, and the questions we got for this 2-minute drill is going to be great. I think it's going to create a lot of conversation. So we're really looking forward to it. We need y'all to share the shit out of this and support the shit out of this the way that y'all did 20 for 20.
Which we thank you for. Because
y'all came through for 20 for 20. I guess let me say that part before I get into the unfortunate side of things. We did numbers with the very first 20 for 20, which we again thank you guys so very much for.
Absolutely.
The second time around, y'all went crazy.
Yeah.
Y'all doubled what we did in the live on that time around. So obviously y'all are enjoying it. Y'all sharing it. People that y'all are sharing it with are enjoying it. So it really helps out. Like I said, man, this has probably been one of Beat's best visibility years.
So far, yeah.
2019, as far as professional moves, was dope. 2020 has been great for visibility. I can't wait till I can finally go outside in June 2021 and we get back to these celebrity interviews and, we mesh the new people that are picking up on Beat Network with what we've been working on, what we've been doing at this point.
I am starting to see, like on Facebook, mostly Facebook, I am starting to see the page getting new likes or new likes. I'm like, okay, so somebody's watching, tuning in. I rock with y'all.
It's climbing, man, and I'm excited for it. So hopefully we keep that same momentum, keep that same energy going forward once everything's able to open up. And again, if you haven't seen any of our other stuff, check out when we did the Revolt Summit. Really big, dope interviews in there. We got a bunch of different features. Just, go ahead and just surf through youtube.com/BeatNetwork. Go to beatnetworkonline.com. It's all over the place. So anyway, 20 for 20. There will be another 20 for 20. The next one will be at the top of June. However, unfortunately, there will be a new champion at the Reigns.
You let me down, man.
This is interesting because it's our shit. And neither one of us are going to be defending on it. Now, how'd I let you down? Because I'm going to tell you right now, the people say different.
If the people saying different, they lying. But you let me down because when I came over to listen to it, what I mean? It's playing banger after banger. And not many made it to...
Everyone I played for, you made it.
Nah.
I promise you it did.
A lot of them did, but it didn't. But again... Even when I was listening to it, I was like, I need to hear Jay's list. And, bruh, Jay came out swinging.
So here's the thing with the battle. I don't want to take away from Jay because Jay is now the new 20 for 20 champion. So congratulations to him. You'll see his call out on the actual Noize page. So make sure y'all share that too and get that conversation going. Now, here's the thing with that. So when we initially set up for the battle, we were going to do Death Row versus Rockefeller. But then we thought about it. There's going to be an immediate recency bias for one. For two, there's already current conversation of people saying that Death Row is quote overrated. So I was like, all right, well, I'll go ahead and switch mine. But there's not much, if anything, beating Rockefeller in their golden years.
Right.
So I'm like, so I had already accepted going into battle. Well, more than likely I'm going to take the L, but I'm going to make it a dog fight.
Right.
And it finally came down to 2 different labels. I look back on it, I'm like, I should have went with my other ones. I still would have lost, but at least made it more of a dogfight. I was going to switch it to Aftermath. But then I was like, I got to go with who was running that same podcast, so I went with YMCMB.
Okay.
But I said to make it fair, if I get Cash Money, I get to use Cash Money from 99 all the way up until Rockefeller's last year, which was 2013. So I was like, cool. I can rock with the Drake that I actually enjoyed. And, go from there. It wasn't until you came over that day. And I even told you, I was like, I'm going to be super hypocritical. with this battle because I talk so much shit about Drake. And I'm very open about me never being a YMCMB guy.
He's a hot ticket for him. So,
but it got to the point where I'm like, I want this to be entertaining for the people. So I went into it knowing that I'm probably going to come off the sticks. Mm-hmm. Now, where I say people differ from you is when you go back and you look at all the comments going forward, I think our first 6 songs, people had us at dead set as a tie. 2 me, 2 Jay, 2 and 2 of them tied. And just throughout the conversations, the only time I lost them, and again, this was a surprise for me. The only time I lost them was when I played Successful. I'm like, I'm just not finding out today Successful won a big record.
That shit hit. I love that song.
Thank you. So I'm not tripping.
I think what you have, which none of us have, is I think you probably know more people than all of us individually anyway. But you got a lot of people rocking with you, dog. There's a lot of people that really fucks with you. And I think that kind of plays into a little part. Because I looked at the list and I was like, matter of fact, where's my phone? I might still even have the paper up for what I had. Let me see.
Hey, so you had it and you changed it to...
Yeah, because I looked at it. I was like, what's wrong? Yeah, I do. Okay, so...
But you got to also preface by saying... You're not a Young Money guy either.
but see, that's different. I'm not a Young Money guy, but I can still understand when there's good songs. And you played good songs, but compare, like for instance, I'm Going In versus Dipset Anthem. I love I'm Going In. They killed that shit. Jeezy killed that shit.
And so that's why I said this one is weird because if you go and look at a lot of the other scorecards, they had I'm Going In as the winner.
I did see one. See, honestly, I had the first 4 going to Jay.
Yeah.
And then I had Over going to you. And then I had the next 4 going to Jay. When you got to Slow Motion, and hey, I tied that. Then I had Jay. Then I had you. Then I had Jay. Then I had another tie. Basically, I had 2 ties and like 4 for you, brother. That's not saying that the songs you're playing were bad, but compared to those.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Because even on
because if I just look at your list by itself, I'm like, oh, he played hit after hit after hit.
And then I even said on the show, I said, "Welcome to the Drake and Wayne show."
Yeah,
gonna be featuring some hot boys, gonna be featuring some big timers.
But
even on my list,
I got his list, and I'm like, ugh.
But even on my list, I got Jay winning. But like I said, I just wanted to set him up for a dog fight. That's all it was.
Right.
You know
I definitely did have you winning Successful though. That's for sure.
That's the part. Like I said, that's probably the part that
slow jams. Don't
get
me wrong. I love slow jams, but Successful, like that was my shit. Like that's yeah.
But like I said, that whole battle, I even said I was like, I knew that Jay was going to take that one. And again, I'm not taking anything away from him because he made an excellent pick by going with Rockefeller. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So I'm definitely not taking anything away from him, but I know for a fact I gave him a 5. I guess you just had to be there.
Yeah, because I did. Because I told you I was going through my migraine thing, so I didn't see that. I missed the actual battle. I fell asleep, but I went back and I watched it. And I'm like, fuck, if I was there, this shit would have been even more. Because when you rewatch it, you got the actual battle, but you also got the comments and stuff too.
Right.
You know what I mean? And those are already done. So to be in that moment had to be crazy.
Yeah. So
shout out to Jay though, I guess.
Big ups to Jay. He got that one. I'm gonna save his call out for when he actually does the video. But yeah, man, I'm looking forward to getting back in the ring though and getting that shit cooking.
Oh, me too. Cause now I'm not being friendly. You see, before I'm was kind of, that'll make it competitive, even though I want to go with this, but no, I can't work with this and be, I'm not. After getting my ass kicked that battle with you, nah. So I already know what I'm picking the next category. Yeah, fuck that.
I think, at this point, cause once it gets done with RJ and, Jay, and I don't believe Corey's doing it. And also Turn My Mic Up is coming back up. I guess that's a whole other announcement that we'll get to. But anyway, I know Corey isn't going to do the live. So ultimately you get the winner of RJ and Jay. Mm-hmm. There's too many J's in that conversation.
No, it don't matter. I'm taking the W.
You coming through with the smoke.
I'm with all the smoke.
So y'all ain't ready. But yeah, so I'm happy about that because then it comes back to me.
Yeah. That's my main thing. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm loving all of this, but my main thing is to win, to come back to you. That's like my ultimate goal.
It's just gonna be a repeat, but that's cool.
No, it ain't.
That's
no,
cool.
it ain't. No, it ain't. No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not.
I promise it's not. Well, we're both on the sidelines for our show.
Yeah.
Now, so
yeah. We'll be cool. We can be a fan. That's
either
cool.
way it goes. Zach, I could watch from the line.
Yeah.
Jordan went into the locker room sometimes.
We 45 Jordan right now.
Exactly. We're 45. Ooh.
Yeah.
With how I went for my last, but I think I'm 23 in Washington, Jordan. Right now.
Don't sleep on 23 in Washington. He still put up 50 on
exactly. He still put up 50. He still hit 40 for 40.
Yeah,
but that was Rockefeller.
Yeah. Either way, man, that's fun. I think it's a solid idea, solid twist that we've had on this whole versus thing.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like they're doing people versus people. You get some groups they're kind of going off a little bit, but ultimately it's people versus people. And I love the year thing. I love the crew thing. I think that separates us from them.
Oh yeah, completely. 20 for 20 is at this point completely different.
Yeah, I love
versus.
it. I love it.
With our delivery.
And all it takes is for that one person to say, to be like, yo, like, they got some shit. That's all it takes.
And then you just pick up on the charisma.
Yeah.
See what the energy we putting out. So I guess as I teased, maybe. So turn my mic up. We'll be back next week. We're gonna have to choose a new day for it, at least during this quarantine time. Maybe we'll probably shoot for like Saturday or something.
Yeah, something.
Because from how it's looking now, it seems like Verzuz does a lot of their shit on Saturdays and Sunday. We got 20 for 20 on Locked on Fridays, and that's going to really become interchangeable with 2 Minute Drill. So that way you're getting content from both sides.
Something, yeah.
What the hell was I about to say? Oh yeah. So, we're coming back next week. Let us know what kind of topics you guys want us to touch on. What's going to help generate conversation. The page never stopped.
Yeah, the page is rocking.
The page has been in autopilot. So if you're not on it, turn my mic up, Hip Hop Conversations on Facebook. Go ahead and jump in and be a part. Is that it for announcements?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. 2 Minute Drill this Friday. Tune in. Yeah. Definitely do that. So let's get into some of the things that's going on. Just kind of as a quick hit. Even though we all knew this, hearing that there was audio that leaked of Michael Jordan admitting he didn't want to play with Isiah Thomas and for the Dream Team. I don't know. It was kind of upsetting.
Really? Why?
Because Jordan, you knew this audio was out there. This was from an official show.
Right.
You knew the audio was out there. Just tell the truth on camera. Like, no, I didn't want to play with him.
No, absolutely. He should have told the truth on camera. Yeah, there was no reason to be like, no, I didn't see that. No,
exactly. Like you're saving face, but you of all people should know, as someone who's lived through multiple generations of media, you've seen how the game has changed. Nothing is buried. You knew at some point in time in your career, you said, "Oh, I'm not playing with that nigga."
And even if, I mean, outside of the media aspect, like, bro, we can all see that you don't fuck with him,
right?
You know what I mean?
And
then you're Jordan, so. Niggas don't care. Like Jordan don't fuck with him. All right. You know what I mean? Like it's not a big deal. Like he shouldn't have lied about it.
Yeah. I think that was the one thing that really, kind of soured me about about that part of the documentary. I'm like, we knew you didn't want to play with him. Right. And you still fixed your face to lie. And now that there's actual audio of the shit, you can't really go against it unless there's somebody out there who is an expert Jordan impersonator, because he got one. It's like somebody impersonating my voice. Yeah. Like, nigga, either you're solid or they ain't Los whatsoever.
Exactly. But being that this has been quote unquote speculation since then, we know you said it, dog. We know it was you. But
yeah, so we got that little gem dropped at the end. I kind of wanted to touch on that. That was really like a real quick hit. So. We mentioned them earlier. Jagged Edge in 112. Did you watch?
Well, I'm not. I really don't like Jagged Edge, so no, I didn't.
Man, there are a lot of people.
And I thought it was canceled. Have a problem with you. I thought it was canceled, honestly. So I didn't. I thought it was canceled. I thought they didn't go through with it, so I didn't even know it was happening. Even if I knew, though, I probably wouldn't have watched it. But I didn't know it was happening.
He said, even if I knew it, probably not. I just want to get their scorecards pulled up. So Jagged Edge versus 112 happened. Jagged Edge versus 112 was the thing. And I feel so bad because it was pretty much another Teddy Riley Babyface situation. They should have just canceled it. Well, no, let me not say that because they were rocking, pretty early on. You know what I'm saying? But then eventually the Wi-Fi just started giving out, and I don't know. And this is kind of one of the reasons why I want to keep 20 for 20 off IG, because for some reason IG keeps getting this big ass sound. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, something that IG probably has to do behind the scenes. So.
Now the actual battle itself. This is another reason why I'm happy with the format that we do. I always knew artists are gonna want to play they new shit.
Right, absolutely.
Every fucking time. We don't want that.
Yeah, no.
So at some point it was
that's not what this is here for.
That's not what we're here for. So I think at one point either Jagged Edge or Slim teased the new record, one or the other, and they was like, "Nah, nigga, play. You know what we're here to play." So I got the rounds pulled up, and let's. You want to go through as we did for the last one?
Go through it.
So round one was Jagged Edge's "He Can't Love You" versus 112's "It's Over Now." I gave that one to 112.
Yeah.
"He Can't Love You" was a solid record, but I was like, that's your starter. I think Jagged Edge actually went first, and they started with "He Can't Love You."
And then you followed up with it. Oh wow, okay.
Then you got Jagged Edge, "Girl It's Over" versus 112 featuring Mr. Cheeks, "Come See Me." Now I will say this: I thought I was prepared for this battle. I was like, oh, I don't know some of these songs.
Yeah, I was sitting there looking. I don't think I know.
I was kind of lost to that one, but a lot of people gave that to 112. Round three was Jagged Edge, "Wednesday Lover" versus "Now That We're Done," 112. Still not it for you?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sitting there looking like, oh, all right.
that was a good record. Well, "Wednesday Lover" was a very good song. So I gave that to "Wednesday Lover." They had the Promise remix, Jagged Edge versus 112. You already know.
You already know, easy.
Easy. Now then, you already know probably would have beat a lot of things Jagged Edge could have put up against that.
It's funny. It's funny. I know I keep harping back on this, but I think I had that on my list as one of those.
You probably could have.
I had that on my list as like as if you would have played this track. You know what I mean? It was like to match up, kind of like how we did with the reggae joints.
Right.
It was like that. But
did you watch that one? I forgot to write that down.
Yo, I didn't watch all of it. Them niggas was having fun.
We gonna speed through this just so y'all know what happened with Jagged Edge and them, and then we're gonna kind of touch on that one as well. I forgot that one happened. Anyway, I Gotta Be, Jagged Edge versus 112 Anywhere, easily Anywhere. They had Walked Out of Heaven versus 112 Cupid. I thought that was a solid mix up, but I gave that one to 112. Billboard got it as a tie.
I kind of got that as a tie too.
Yeah, that one aside. That was a good round. Yeah. Round 7, Goodbye versus 112 Player. I'm not familiar with either song.
Me either.
Remedy versus 112's feature on Mobb Deep's Hey Love. Remember that shit? I had that in mind.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not gonna play that one. And then this one, I gave to 112, but I was all like, it made sense. Jagged Edge dropped Nasty Girl, and 112 dropped Sky's the Limit.
I'm going with Sky's.
I'm like,
most of the tracks that 112 are playing, if I know them, I'm going with that one. I do not like Jagged Edge.
He's like, I promise, I'm nowhere near there.
There's one song, the track, the Where the Party At with remix with Nelly. I fucks with that song, but that's about it.
So then they played the Promise remix. So they played technically it was a different song.
Yeah.
Technically.
Back then, remixes were different.
Completely different songs. Versus, Slim, the So Fly record. I'm so fly. Shawty, take me. They don't remember that joint?
No, but I remember Promise though.
Well, no, this is the Promise remix.
I remember them. So
this is the bad remix. I get that one to So Fly personally. Then it was Trade It All versus 112 featuring Mace, Love Me. I was like, I gave that one a tie.
Yeah.
But I think Billboard gave it to Jagged Edge. I wonder who all gave it to Jagged Edge on that one.
That was a more popular song. Like,
true.
Yeah.
True. Jagged Edge, Good Luck Charm versus 112 Dance With Me, the remix with Beanie. You don't remember Dance With Me?
No.
You don't remember Dance With 112? My drop tops in the parking lot.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I just didn't know the title.
Yeah, Good Luck Charm, I'm not familiar with. Not gonna lie.
I just ain't know the title.
Wow, and they gave that one to to Jagged Edge. That's crazy.
No, they're tripping.
Jagged Edge played "Don't Mess with My Man," and 112 went right back to Biggie, the Only You remix with Mace. I was like, yep. Then Jagged Edge played "Let's Get Married," the remix versus Big and 112 "Miss You." So they gave that one to Let's Get Married. I also gave that one to Let's Get Married. I'm not gonna lie.
It was, what was the other one?
Versus Miss You, Biggie.
Okay.
I think that was on Born Again.
Yeah. Okay.
Jagged Edge put a little umph in it. Versus 112, Love You Like I Did. Now here's another kicker. Their audio was so bad, I didn't hear them play some of these songs.
Damn.
It was bad, bro. Like it was really bad.
Don't Swiss and Tim, like, don't they send out like
They
a
said,
hit,
and Swiss definitely got that shit off his chest quick. He said Jagged Edge weren't using it. Somebody wasn't using it. 16 was Jagged Edge What It's Like versus 112's Can I Touch You. 17 was Healing versus Allure. I'm sorry, versus All Cried Out. 18 was What You Trying to Do versus Peaches and Cream. I'm like, obviously Peaches and Cream.
Right.
Jagged Edge played Hard versus I'll Be Missing You. And then they ended with Where the Party At. And it said versus ... because 112 did not play a final record, apparently.
Wow.
Yeah, so that was...
You know, that particular battle let me know that I have never listened to a full album of either of theirs.
Yeah, I told y'all when I was in there, I was like, I'm a fake fan.
Yeah.
I was capping this entire time.
We were single chaser. We went to the singles.
But let me tell you, the same way I realized I was not a big of a fan of 112 and Jagged Edge, I realized I was a super fan of Bounty Killer and Beanie Man. That fucking battle was amazing.
Yeah.
Let me tell you the whole setup, right? It was me.
They was performing. They was performing.
The whole performance, because they visa fucked up. So they both of them in Jamaica. So they're shit, y'all together and make that shit happen. So me, Jay, and Skylar, we all have West Indian backgrounds.
Right.
So we went full Monty.
Yeah, I seen that. Yeah,
Paradise Place. Got all kind of Jamaican cuisines. We had all kinds of shit rolled up. And we was with the jams, and they set a whole new bar for Verzuz. And they also showed, to your point that you made on the show a few weeks ago, they can do this live. They could this could be like a way more popular, way more paid Wildin' Out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And it can be a little bit more personal for the fan.
Oh yeah.
Because you're watching on whatever device you're watching on. You're not like in a crowd of people.
Right.
So yeah.
Apparently they turned down like a bunch of money to take it to like a different like kind of platform.
As they should, all money and good money.
But the way that I saw this was exactly how I brought it up before. The way that Netflix does their series where they drop it weekly, they can do it the exact same way there, because every battle is already like an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And when you think about the amount of a Netflix show, you're looking at an hour and a half for an episode. My nigga, it's right up their alley.
Yeah.
And have one battle each fucking time, dog. They can take that shit to a whole new
level. And I'm assuming that those two gentlemen are very smart in what they're doing. So I can see that they maybe going forward, they do something like that. But you're absolutely right. It could really be something.
Yeah. So I'm really looking forward to see what it comes to.
What happened with that? I had checked out by that time, but they said the cop showed up at this battle.
Dog, respect to Beanie Man. So at one point,
I had him winning, by the way.
I'm gonna be real.
It might have went tit for tat, but for me personally, I had him winning.
Yeah, I'm about to say, just as a reggae fan,
yeah,
it was a tie.
Yeah,
at some points, Bounty was with Beanie.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Because there were some records I was like, that was Bounty Killer. But anyway, back to the point. So at one point of the actual live, everyone just kind of gets quiet, and it's funny because Bounty Killer just takes the fuck off.
Wait, were they in the same venue?
Yeah, they were in the same room in front of a DJ.
Okay.
I'll play it back for you. So Bounty Killer just walks off, and the cop is coming in, and he tries telling y'all got to shut it down
because it's 1 a.m. Yeah, you say, I don't need to be messing with them boys. I know what that is.
They said it's 1 a.m. in London, so I think in Jamaica at that time, I want to say it was like 11. It was late. So
11 is late.
Well, for
them, we live in Vegas.
You know
so,
what? You know what? I'm sorry, scratch that. It wasn't that. It was because of the social distancing code.
Oh, okay.
Because there was a bunch of them in there. So I think somebody must have called them on them.
Gotcha.
So, because once the cops left, some of the people left. Like,
Gotcha.
the room kind of cleared up a little bit. So, when, the cops, they're trying to talk and be diplomatic, Beanie Man the whole time talking shit. He's like, the cops are here and they're trying to shut us down. But what they don't know, he said we ain't going nowhere. So the cop, he keeps trying to shut it down. So then Beanie Man finally turns to the cop and he's trying to tell him, go ahead and unplug that, everything like that. He's been telling the cops, are you really going to be that guy? He said, the world is watching. Are you really going to be that guy? Just kept repeating it. Eventually you hear the cop yell out, it's the code. He's like, you don't want to be that guy. The world is watching. And then he goes into a straight full Jamaican tirade. And when I tell you, nigga, the gunshots are ringing off, the alarm ringing off, and they went right back to it, that made the performance even better. I was like, niggas, ain't no law in Jamaica.
Yeah. Not only that though, I think when you are black in a predominantly black country, you can kind of say shit. That shit not flying in America.
No, right.
You to talk like that and
you just saw somebody get killed on verses.
It
would have changed all the verses.
Exactly. So I think that's one of the benefits of living in an all black country. He is able to say his shit without being entirely disrespectful, and the cop get it. Like, all right.
Nah, he let cops know. He was like, nah, you really want to be that guy? He kept saying, you really want to be that guy? You really want to be that guy? And then dude left. I'm like, that's legendary.
Right.
Because you would never guess that Sima was a real bad motherfucker.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So, that was a fantastic
I will say
battle.
this though, Beanie Man had a little pot belly going on.
Yeah, he had a little pregnancy pouch.
Yeah, he had a little pot belly.
He was carrying his kangaroo young.
Yeah,
That's all that was,
But he was still up there killing shit though.
He was still up there getting to it, but that outfit was just, man, it was different. It was different.
That's all you can say about it. It's different.
It was real different. I'm like, nigga, you gotta put a little baggy in that shirt.
Yeah,
You ain't gotta do some sit-ups.
Some.
So one of the others gonna have to happen. You've been used to doing these interviews behind desk.
Yeah.
That shit been hiding. None of us knew you had that tucked in the cut. Nobody knew. Bounty Killer though, and I mean this in the most
I love that name. That's so, it's just a dope ass name to me.
How, do you listen?
Every once in a while. I can't say I'm nowhere near, in tune with it like you are. But I will listen.
If you want to find somebody that rides the line perfectly, it would be Bounty.
Gotcha. Okay.
To where you get that authentic reggae feel as well as that Americanized pop feel as well. Beanie Man, Sean Paul, what was the nigga's name? Elephant Man. A lot of them were on the American side.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
Bounty Killer, he was able to make American hits because he even played something he had with Meek. He played a record he had with Mobb Deep, and it still slumped in Jamaica. You know what I'm saying?
That would probably make me become even more a fan because he's more authentic. He can straddle the line of American but more authentic, because when I look at the other artists that are more American, like the Sean Paul and stuff like that, don't get me wrong, they have hits, but I didn't gravitate to them because I'm like, something ain't. So if I listen to Bounty Killer, I probably can be like, all right, I can get the American shit, but I get that shit over there.
Right, exactly. So
I'll definitely
you can get both. You can get the
Yeah.
street shit and you can get, you know what I'm saying, so like some actual Americanized type reggae.
Right.
But yeah, man, that was just listening to them go off, and then like I said, in all
my
the pause,
timeline was going up, like
all the way,
yeah,
all the way, and in the most ultimate pause way possible. Bounty Killer's in his late 40s, could possibly be 50. Nigga looks the exact same way he looked when he first came out.
Are they that old?
Oh yeah.
Oh wow.
So let's find out right now. Let's, how we always say, do your Googles. I'm over here probably lying on my G's age.
Do your Googles.
I'm very curious to where they would go next though. What would be the next setup, because Jagged Edge and 112 didn't work.
Right.
Bounty Killer's 47, by the way.
I think the next one would have to be some type of major producers at this point.
Yeah, at this point you got to slide off an artist.
Yeah, you just do a major producer where you can get a lot of it and be cool. You know what I mean?
Man's 46.
They are that old. I would do a Pharrell versus who?
You would have to, because Pharrell can only go against somebody who's produced.
That's what I'm saying.
Majority of the industry.
Right, Pharrell
It had to be,
versus.
first of all, it had to be the Neptunes. to where Pharrell could break off and do his own shit.
Neptunes versus
it had to be Neptunes versus Dre.
I knew you were gonna say that, but I don't want it to be Dre because I feel like he's too. Don't get me wrong, the Neptunes are top, but I feel like Dre edges him out just a smidget.
That's the gotcha. That is the gotcha to it because I think they could hold their own. The only reason I wouldn't necessarily want it.
I know they can hold their own, but I still wouldn't want it.
The only reason I wouldn't necessarily want it is because it's going to be to me, it'll be a clash of sounds.
Absolutely.
Like we're going to get a lot of different shit back and forth. You know what I mean? But as far as catalog, who can actually go with each other that when they drop something, you can be like, oh shit, definitely them because Dre could drop something he produced back in 92, 93 that niggas didn't know that was a Dre production. And then Pharrell could drop Rump Shaker. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Something.
Like, it can go so many different places.
Yeah.
So
I just think they have to, at this point, with the success of the reggae one and with the unsuccessfulness of the 112 one, I think at this point they gotta like do producers and make it big because I mean you came from Nelly. Say what you want about that one. Then you got the reggae joint, and then this you got to do producers at this point. I think. Yeah, you at least for if not for the next two, at least for this one.
Yeah, they kind of got to break out because they were mixing them up pretty good in the beginning. Yeah. They had singer songwriters, then they had then they had just writers. No, not just writers. No, they did singer songwriters for a while.
Yeah, they were singer songwriters because I think.
Oh, and then they did the actual artist, which was I don't know, T-Pain and Lil Jon wasn't really like artists because T-Pain was able to, Lil Jon was able to use a lot of his production shit.
Yeah.
But
anyway. that one was an interesting matchup.
I fucked with it though. I had a great time.
Yeah, absolutely. But that was an interesting matchup when I think about it. Yeah.
But either way it go, man. Big up to Verzuz, man, and get on your artists' asses about make sure they shit is all correct. But I will say this again, even though we only have two, ours are way more entertaining.
Yeah. And we're doing it with less.
And we're doing it with much less. So make sure y'all tune in to 20 for 20. We'll be back next month. That's pretty much all the lighthearted shit, unfortunately. So let's get into the lesser of two evils first. So there was a white woman in Central Park that called the police on a black man asking her to put her dog on a leash.
So wait, the black man was asking her to put her dog on a leash?
Yeah, because they have
probably everywhere
they have a leash law, of course, but it's just the way she was stringing up her dog. Now I think that's the reason it's getting as much attention as it's getting because how she was stringing up the dog, and because she was grabbing the dog by the collar. And he's like, "Yo, put her on the leash," and then she proceeds to like damn near lynch the dog by just dragging him every fucking where, and so that. I think that's what's getting white people outraged.
Well, if it's a dog, yeah.
Right. What's getting black people outraged is she says she's going to call the cops on them. And as she's dialing the number, she says, I'm going to tell them there's an African-American man threatening my life. And then began calling 911. The video shows dude was doing nothing. He was standing there. And she was about ready to lie to the cops who just killed somebody. By the way, I'm sorry. No, because this was beforehand. Who eventually killed somebody. She lies to the cops and they don't take her seriously. They don't, they don't respond.
But you already are privileged. You already have weapons that we can't obtain. So now you're going to call the police and whether you're telling the truth or not, make up some shit knowing what they're going to do potentially to us.
Yeah, because 9 times out of 10, he's going to die.
Right.
In that situation. Because he's being aggressive.
And not only that, though, you're calling him on something that you would have told him the same thing. If he was out there without, hey, put your dog on those, you would have said the same exact thing.
You probably would have done it more disrespectfully.
You know what I mean? So for him telling, like, it's just, it's, when is enough?
Oh, it's never enough for him. Then I like that the Will Smith quote is starting to coming like really getting out there. That racism never died is just getting recorded. I mean, racism isn't getting worse. It's being recorded.
Just being recorded. That's it.
Because there's a lot of people out there who look at the shit that's going on and will really sit back and think like, has it always been this bad? Like, yes. Yeah, you just haven't heard about it. Yes. Cops been killing niggas for years.
I won't even say you haven't heard about it. You choose not to pay attention to it.
Oh, yeah, very much so. Or you automatically think that, the nigga's lying because,
right.
Because of who he is or whatever, and then,
and like you said about this shit probably wouldn't have went nowhere if that dog wasn't involved.
Absolutely. It probably, that's the only reason I show like, oh, look how she's doing the poor dog. And I'm like, nah.
It's funny because now I've never knew the story until you just explained it. But last night I was on Twitter and I seen that I guess whatever animal people they took the dog and someone she had some shit going there. But I'm like, y'all doing
she got
it?
fired from a job.
Y'all doing this like because of her dog? Like not the fact that this black man could have been killed.
Yeah, that's the least of the worries.
Like that's just crazy to me. It's annoying. It's crazy, and this is what I said about what show were we on? This was back when we were on. I think the probably one of the first few episodes of Melanin Boulevard when it was like, what does it feel like to be black in America? And it's constant rage because you see shit like this and there's not much you can do. If anything,
I'm about to say it's nothing.
You know what I mean? Like that's tiresome. That makes it to where when somebody you out on the street doing whatever and a white person says something that you don't like, for you to flip out because you got so much pent up shit dealing with this particular group of people. Yeah, you're liable to fly off.
And the fucked up thing is you flipping out is going to cause you to die.
Yeah.
But if it happens the other way around,
yeah,
they're going to find out, well, what did you do to have this wholesome man go off the way that he did?
I've seen, since we've been in quarantine, I've seen so many white women do crazy shit to these restaurants, to these retail, whatever. They just talking, doing hella crazy shit, and really nothing happens to them except they get escorted off the property. Let that be a black person. That there's a fraction of the shit that they were doing.
They wouldn't even tell us that the cops were called. The cops would show up.
They just show up, and next thing you know, you're not going home that day.
Pretty much at the end of the day. I saw another video. It has to be an older video, and there was really no outrage for it, but there's a video of a cop pretty much squaring up with a black dude who has his hands on his head. And like he just it didn't look like it was any kind of a scuffle. It didn't look like any form of resist. He starts swinging on dude.
Now, if dude teed off and beat him up, then you want to shoot him.
Here's the crazy part. He's teeing off on dudes, backs up and goes, come on, and then goes back to teeing on. This is the cop, by the way. And continues to tee off on dude. And I'm like, but if he'd have swung back, your partner would have shot him.
Right. I've seen the video too. It was like a little video clip where I forget exactly what was going on, but it was a cop. He was like, he did get in trouble. He's like, I'm the cop. I can do what I want. They all have that mentality.
Absolutely.
I wear this badge so I can do what I want. Not really understanding like, my nigga, this is a job.
Right.
Granted,
Exactly.
you risking your life for this job, but this is a fucking job. You clock in and you clock out. You get vacation time. This is a job. So what you mean you can do what you want? If you can do what you want, then I can do what I want then, right?
That's what it sounds like.
It's tiring.
Only difference is the results are going to vary.
It's tiring.
But yeah, but she knew what she was doing when she threatened to call the cops. Like, you better quit talking to me because I'm going to call the cops. You know, y'all ain't got the best relationship. You know what I'm saying? So that's, you knew what that was going to be. But fortunately, the gentleman, unfortunately, I didn't get his name, but he was able to walk away with his life. It does suck that we have to look at police interactions as we were able to walk away with our life because these niggas are supposed to be here to protect and serve. Which is later proven by, what happened. What was it? Was it today or yesterday?
Thought it was today.
It's today. Yeah, that's right. So we're currently recording this on Tuesday. As you guys know, a gentleman by the name of George Floyd died while being detained by police. And I say detained because that's how they're going to try to put it. It was 4 cops in Minneapolis were pinning him down with one kneeling on his neck. Now, here's the crazy part. Oh, well, I guess I should just finish that as well. You can hear him saying in the video, and unfortunately, this is just from me reading about it because I couldn't stomach watching another video.
Yeah,
I
did.
Close to a mile.
Yeah, I did see a couple people, at least on our Instagram page, they was putting the video. I'm like, yo, I get it. You're trying to bring awareness, but don't do this.
I didn't watch the video. So from what I read and what I'm seeing on social media, you could hear him audibly saying, I can't breathe. I can't breathe. You know, same thing that we got with Eric Gardner.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that sucks because to have to reference another I can't breathe situation. But anyway, you can hear him saying that he can't breathe, and he eventually closes his eyes and he dies at the hospital. So what fucked with me? Go ahead.
So you know how much pressure you got to put on somebody's neck for them for that to happen.
You know how much of a bitch you got to be?
Yeah.
To do something like that when it was 4 cops?
Yeah.
Here's what really pissed me off.
You a bitch, but the rest of them are some bitches too.
Absolutely. What really pissed me off is when you see the picture, you see the one officer who has his knee on George's neck, and then you see an Asian officer with his hands in his pockets trying to keep people away from what's going on. There was another picture that came out because, like I said, I was confused when it said 4 officers. Mm-hmm. There's a picture that comes out. There's one officer pinning his torso and another officer pinning his legs. Why did your knee need to be on his neck? Why couldn't your knee be on? If you're going to use your fucking knee, which you shouldn't, because they even came out and said that's not an ordinance of how we, subdue somebody.
No, you're not supposed to do that at all. Unless
this nigga got a gun or some shit, you're not supposed to do that. He was a nonviolent criminal, quote unquote, which we'll get to. Why is your knee on this man's neck? Why are you pinning him down such? And why, when he's telling you I can't breathe, of anybody, you get up?
Yeah,
I'm still being held down by my chest and by my back and by my legs. You get the fuck off of me.
Mm-hmm. Or if you felt like you still needed to be there, move from his neck to somewhere else. Then if that's
exactly,
the case. It was other ways around.
And it got to the point where you're looking like, so who's making the arrest? Because y'all just got this man pinned, to the side of a car. So what they're trying to say is that they were responding to alleged forgery in process.
Mm-hmm.
But from when they arrived, they said that that everything was initially described as him being under the influence.
Who, the guy?
Right.
Okay, so what the fuck does that have to do with anything?
This is just the excuses that they're putting out. That's why I'm like, I don't see the connection. I don't see how this ended with him dying. But however, just like they did with Ahmaud, they're going to find him stealing a Snickers bar in 2013. They're going to find him cussing out somebody at the drive-thru line who fucked up their order 3 times. And you're going to find out he's just aggressive.
Even if he did do it, what does that have to do? None of that is a death sentence. What does that have to do with this moment?
It has shit to do with anything. But that's what they're going to do. And that's the part that pisses me off, man. Like you keep trying to justify death from a nigga getting kicked out of Walmart.
I think we're gonna eventually get to a point. Very, very soon. We're gonna get to a point where it's weird because I kind of hope this is the case, but then again, I kind of hope not. Where black people just gonna rebel and motherfuckers just gonna get taken off. Like, and I see why that what was his name? Chris Dirt, the guy that was killing all those cops in Dallas. Chris something. I think his last name starts with a D. You know what I'm talking about, though?
I remember what you're talking about.
Shit like that is going to start happening. You know what I mean?
That's the one that they blew up.
Right. And I think before that happens, we as black people need to start doing stuff. White people got gun clubs. Mm. I don't know of any black gun clubs. No, we need to start having stuff like that. Not necessarily to do something, but to let them know, like, yo, we can definitely click up and be together and be cool.
I'm pretty sure black gun clubs exist. Same
like
way.
I want to start one.
The same way like black biker clubs and shit like that exist. Mm-hmm. It's just that we can't really publicize that kind of stuff because now we look like an instant threat. But just like the conversation we had
at this point, it don't matter.
Oh no, absolutely. But I'm saying these niggas, you give them an inch, they take a mile. It's just like when we were talking about a couple weeks ago. It may have even been last week. There was a fucking mob of people with guns and protest signs outside Sisolak's house to the point where his wife feared for her life. Niggas could never do that. The cops weren't called. Well, I think he eventually called them to disperse the crowd. But if that had been niggas, like, they'd have shot first, ask questions later. Y'all here to murder Governor Sisolak? Like, damn, how? And then again, you see
if we was gonna here to murder him, then we would have went in and shit and murdered him if that's the case.
Long time ago. But yeah. So I saw that the 4 cops, first they were let go with paid leave. Since this was all today, they were let go with paid leave, then eventually fired. Then they also, you know how the media do, they try to drop
They need to be in jail.
No, absolutely. Absolutely. But I think we need another day before we see if they're going to do charges. I shouldn't because it just happened.
It's crazy because I get that. I truly do. But it doesn't matter.
No,
if we just go out and kill somebody today, nigga, we're charged everything today.
If I put my knee on somebody's neck and they die, I'm charged.
You're right.
I'm probably charged with manslaughter, but I'm charged. You know what I'm saying? Well, I don't know. It depends on who the other guy is and I'm a lot of nigga. They don't give me murder quick.
It probably depends on the circumstances. In his case, it's flat out murder. I'm not giving you no manslaughter charge. This man told you. If he never said nothing, you did it. Maybe you didn't. But no, he told you, hey, yo, y'all fucking me up.
And now that's the one part. So the other side I was going to get to was the Ahmad case. They're officially charging them with a hate crime as well. Here's the two things they should, but here's the two things I'm afraid of the most. With going back to George, I don't want them charged with murder because it's not going to stick. They're going to walk the same way they did with, was it Chris Gardner they were trying to charge a cop with murder? No, he didn't get charged. Who was the cop they were trying to charge with murder?
There's so many that get off. Either way, he ain't charged with murder now.
No, he got off because it was a murder.
It's always they always get off.
So they like, unfortunately, you know what I'm saying? If we want any kind of quote unquote justice, we're going to have to go after manslaughter when it comes down to what happened to George Floyd. But people are going to try to go for the murder charge and the courts are going to buckle. I can't even say the courts are going to buckle because they know it's going to go in the way exactly how they want it to. So y'all want murder? Okay, cool. Murder.
I feel like the courts, they do a lot of shifty shit and make it very limited on what actually sticks and what doesn't. But I feel like when these cops or whoever goes to jail for something like this, the people on the inside of the jail, the black people, y'all should be doing something.
That's the
y'all should be doing something. Y'all shouldn't get on there. Oh yeah, that's the cop that did this and just let shit slide. Nah, because that could have easily been your nephew, your brother.
Absolutely.
Nah.
And that's the other gotcha that me and Skylar were talking about today. Oh, the police are protected in prison. That's why you never hear about a cop getting his ass whooped while he's in prison. You never hear about a cop getting stabbed. Everyone else get killed. Everybody else get, you know what I'm saying, beat the fuck up. You never hear about a cop being touched because them niggas protect their own, even when their asses is wrong. The only time cops don't protect cops is when cops fuck cops. True. When one cop fuck over another cop, oh, no, you on your own, fam. True. You killed another cop, you to the wolves. True. But they gonna watching these cops go to prison, they're gonna protect the shit out of them.
Yeah,
and it's never gonna be a murder charge because it's in the line of duty. It will always be manslaughter. If they're gonna book anybody for anything, it's gonna always be manslaughter. Just like what happened to old girl. So that's why she got that weak ass 10-year charge and a hug and prayer.
It just stuff like this, topics like this are so disheartening because it's, with certain shit, yeah, you can understand that there's not much you can do, but this is one of those things where it's like, you can't do nothing. And it could be you. It really could be you. You know what I mean? If something happens to somebody else and you can't do nothing about it, you'd be like, damn, I can't do nothing about it, but damn. But this is like one of those where it can really be you at any moment and there's nothing you can do about it. And not only is there nothing that you can do about it, nothing anybody else can do about it.
And not even that. Now I'm forced to have any kind of whatever scratches, whatever marks, whatever skid mark I have on my person, on my character. All that shit's gonna get exposed now because they gotta find a way to make me look like a criminal.
Exactly.
I gotta be like a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Going back to the Ahmad case with them charging him with a hate crime, as it should be, yes. Does that guarantee them more time? Yes. Does that possibly hike up the murder charge for it? Absolutely. Here's the gotcha. They don't dig in the white people background.
Not at all.
When it comes down to finding out, this is a hate crime, so let's see if you have a history of racism. They don't dig like that. But they'll find that Trayvon Martin was a whole blood. They'll find, well, quote unquote, they'll find, these pictures of him throwing up the middle fingers and all this other stuff. They'll find that shit quick to make them look, but they never seem to find any form of out and about racism when they're trying to charge these kind of hate crimes.
And when it is, it's, oh no, he wasn't being racist. He was doing this. It's funny you say that. I seen a article a couple of days ago where it was this kid killed his family because they didn't support him dating a black chick. Now that was all the rage. Damn, he killed this family and so on and so forth. And regardless, that shouldn't happen. It shouldn't happen. But everybody was talking about that. Nobody, until you read the article, talked about within that this guy also killed a 6-year-old kid.
Right.
Nobody talked about that. You know what I mean? It was all he killed them because they weren't dealing with his black girlfriend. Like, it goes back to you saying they never find anything that could be detrimental to the white person.
No, they could never. Nothing. It has to be about this and this only.
Not once since we've seen these cops kill unarmed black people. Not once have you seen, well, he killed an unarmed black person, but this cop, he's had countless complaints or countless issues. It's never none of that.
Oh no. So some of them they do. I forgot which one. I can't say some of them.
We do. We do. We find out. Oh no, this cop is. Oh, yeah, we find out the news outlets or the media. They don't do that shit.
Well, yeah. We ended up giving it to him because I think it's the same guy. The only cop that was charged, but he was charged with manslaughter. He had a history of targeting black people, but of course it's manslaughter.
I feel like all these cops have a history of targeting black people.
Oh, absolutely. But I think his was more blatant because he's like a rookie. He'd only been in for like 3 or 4 years.
He had to learn that from somewhere though.
I forgot which. Oh no, absolutely. Oh, trust me, I'm not putting it past any of these niggas. Trust me. I'm just saying in general, he was sloppy with his.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why he ended up getting caught up the way he did. Because I think if he didn't have that case, he wouldn't have got fucked over the way he did. But they didn't charge him as a hate crime. And getting back to the hate crime portion with the Mods case, if they don't find anything, they're gonna let that shit shake because they tried to put a hate crime on George Zimmerman when he killed Trayvon Martin, but they said they didn't have enough necessarily evidence to show that he was a racist person.
Anytime a cop kills an unarmed black person, minority, it should be charged as a hate crime.
No, that would never happen.
I know it won't, but I feel like all of that is a hate crime to me, like all of it. And with this Ahmaud case, if anybody out of all this shit gets charged, it should be them. So you mean to tell me these 3 people, random people, not cops, can just go kill somebody,
vigilante
and
justice.
it's cool,
and it's straight, it's solid,
and it's cool. Nah,
but and that's where my concern comes from because granted, you may not have any evidence that this dude has a history of racism. We didn't have that shit on George Zimmerman. And what's the first thing this nigga did when he cleared out? Became a whole fucking racist in public.
And what we need to start doing as black people when these, I know a lot of it can be confidential, whatever the case is, but there's obviously some way to find out. I feel like when these people get off, and we know they shouldn't, hypothetically, if these people get off for killing Ahmaud, we should be at the judges and the we should be making their lives living fucking hell. Like I just feel like there has to be something we can do. It may not be what we want, but it has to be something we can do because it's either one of 2 things: either shit gets right and we do something, or we just start picking people off. One of the 2.
And that's what I was gonna say. The only answer is the wrong answer, and that's clapping back.
It's frustrating.
that's the fucked up part about it. Because at this point, we still cattle, we still livestock to these niggas, and that's just how it's gonna be. And I wish that the brain would be sparked during our generations, especially so we could see it happen. I wish the brain would be sparked that can figure this shit out to keep this shit from happening. But I unfortunately think we'll live to see that.
One thing about this quarantine thing is that it seems like a lot of jobs, a lot of stuff is going to be remote or at home. With that being said, brother, I'm moving to fucking like Jamaica or something. I just work remote.
You saw how they get down, man. You saw Bounty and Beanie. They don't fuck about the police.
Or not necessarily just a predominantly black country because
right.
These people show countless times that this place is not for us. And what's crazy about it, especially with this quarantine, is now we see that our whole lives we've been thinking America was the top of the top. So that probably helped keep us here because we wanted to be with the top of the top. This shit is not the top of the top.
I at least figured that out by like age 14.
This shit it's not, especially with it's not healthcare is bottom, like school is bottom. It's not. So I have all the more reason to leave this motherfucker.
To shake the spot.
And you know what I mean? Like there's nothing keeping you here.
Oh man. Either way it go, R.I.P. George Floyd. You definitely didn't, no matter what the hell's going on out there, you definitely didn't deserve a death sentence by a cop that's afraid of you. Which is still the weirdest sentence to say in the world. You got all the weapons and you afraid of me? Got you. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty much the week. Let the people know where they can find you at, bro.
Fuck, I hate ending on shit like this.
There's nothing else that's what I'm like.
I know, but it's the reality of where we at
life,
right now. Yeah. But no, Hollywood Kev __ on my Twitter and on my Instagram. Be sure to follow the Noize page on Instagram as well. Try to drop some shit for y'all every now and again. But it's been tough. But yeah, keep on the lookout.
At Big Los IG on IG. Big Los 89 on Snapchat. Of course, follow at the Noize Podcast on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and everything Beat Network at beatnetworkonline.com. I guess we could still end on some good shit because we got to give y'all these dates again. Friday, May 29th, 2-minute drill live. That'll be at Facebook, facebook.com/beatnetwork1, and on YouTube, youtube.com/beatnetwork, or just search Beat Network. We will come up. We are the only Beat Network.
And if we're not, we'd only be the network killing shit.
Exactly. That matters. And if you want to, help you out, add the exclamation.
Yeah.
So make sure you check those shows out. I don't have anything in front of me. I guess let me just go ahead and pull that up now so we can drop a date on it right now. 20 for 20, Jay Alonzo against the person he calls out. That will fall June 5th, Friday, June 5th, 4 p.m. We'll start promo for that after we do 2-minute drill. Thank you guys again for rocking with us, man.
Yeah, we
definitely appreciate all the new looks that we've been getting, all the new listeners that are checking in with the show. And we really want everybody to be involved because, as we spoke on it before, we really want to take this to the next level. And, this quarantine has been a very strange blessing in disguise. So, definitely help us out, keep us rocking. But we thank you to everybody who's been tuning in. As always, we appreciate you guys tuning in. As always, we appreciate the support. And as always, Big Los.
Hollywood Kev.
It's the Noize.